I really ruined my cool factor there. Hey, happy Friday. Hope you are all doing well. I probably looked like someone who didn't realize their mic wasn't on because that's what I do. I forget my mic's on. So, hi everyone. How are you doing? It has been a week. I've kind of like missed a few. I missed my stream earlier this week. Last night's stream was delayed by like an hour because I was cooking dinner and dinner was important and dinner was yummy, but dinner took time because I took a nap in the afternoon and got to cooking later than usual. And I should have made something simpler, but I was craving sweet and sour pork and a tofu vegetable dish, a tofu vegetable dish, and yeah, that's what we got for us. So that all took time. So, oh, I got a package. There's a package outside. It's like, Blue's Clues when he was like, we just got a letter. I got a package. I don't know what it is though. Did I order anything? Did my husband order? I don't know. Anyway, we are going to be working on Nifty because we shall see if we finish the dress, she says every time she streams, because I've streamed this dress I don't know how many sessions at this point. However, I have gotten quite far. We have to install the zipper today, and we have to fix the hem because the sides are really long and the center is much shorter, so we have to level that all off. And then once I level it off, I'll probably let it sit again for another day before I actually finish the hem. But this should be completed sometime today. I'll work on that, and I do have a few other pieces on the table that I will show in a moment because I need to make her a little kerchief that most 50s chickies wore back in the day. So I have fabric for the kerchief, which really is just like a triangle that you just like sew together. So, or square, and then you just like roll it up. I might make it, I have to see how I want to do it. I'm thinking I might sew it together so I just have to tie it and not have to worry about it. And I also pulled out some of the pattern pieces that I might use for the apron, which is exciting. So yeah. So if anyone popping on here, hi, I'm Wisty. I never introduced myself, I realize. I'm Wisty, Jasmine, whichever way you want to go. I have been cosplaying for 20 years, and I am working on a pretty simple costume that was supposed to be my Halloween costume, and like most cosplayers, I didn't. I did something easy for Halloween instead. But yeah, this is a costume I'm making. I'm planning on having it available to me to wear whenever, and I'm also using it as a way to fashion pattern pieces that I will be able to use more frequently in, what do you call it, perpetuity, I guess, that are basic flat patterns that I can adjust and fix the neckline, hemline, do cutouts on that I know fit me very well, so I can use them repeatedly for other future projects instead of having to redraft a pattern over and over again. So Nifty turned out to be a pretty good one because it's a princess theme bodice with back darts. So this is a pattern I'm planning on putting away, keeping in my stash. I'm going to transfer it over to card poster board, I think. A pretty sturdy poster board, and probably hide it underneath my sofa so it stays flat. That's the plan. That was the plan. If you are interested in knowing what we are listening to today, I have been listening to a lot of chill hop music on YouTube. They are copyright free. You can use them Nice vibes. Currently I'm listening to the Instant Energy Boost. I might switch it to the winter mix because they just released it and it was pretty good because I was listening to it the other day and I was enjoying it. So, yeah, I am going to start. Again, everyone who wants to lurk is more than welcome to come. What is going on here? I need to double check something. Okay. I think I'll turn that one off for now. Okay. We'll see. Actually, you know what? Don't mind me. I'm adjusting things because my life is like that. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay. Let us get started. So, it is Happy Wednesday time. Let me swap the cameras. Okay. So, the light might be helpful. Just maybe. Maybe the light will be helpful. There we go. We have light. We have light. We have sight. I still have like a cold because that's what happens with me. This time of year is I get sick with my allergies time of year. I swear I have to work on getting my wireless mic up and running because it's kind of annoying that I have to hold this like a broadcaster. But, you know, that's what we do here. Okay, so I think what we're doing today is obviously setting up the zipper. What I'm going to do is, one, I realize I bought the zipper super long. It's longer than the dress. So I am going to shorten it, which won't be difficult because since it is an invisible zipper, it'll be easy. But I'm probably going to, let me move the machine out of the way for a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to iron the zipper open so I can get a closer placement, and then I'm going to hand baste it onto the back seam of the dress. And then I'll be able to actually finish the lining and tuck the lining into the waistband and all that jazz. And then we can worry about doing the hem. I'm forgetting words. So, up to the iron. This is going to take a minute, so I won't move the camera. Actually, it would have been better if I actually had turned the iron on. But, you know, that would make life too easy right now, you know? That would simplify life to no end. Okay. I should iron the seam between the bodice and the skirt. So I will do that. I also, on last Friday, I had put the pockets in the wrong direction. I did fix that. I had them facing the back. So that means I was going to have to put use my pockets towards the back. But now I put them in the right way, which is towards the front. So, hi, we're in the front now. I did fix that. Thank God. Let me go iron the zipper and this thing. What is it called again? The seam line that connects the waistband and the thing together. Okay. I still have basting stitches in here, I realize. Okay. Let me make sure I don't have any rogue threads because that's going to be annoying later. So, See, the pockets got put in the right direction. I did fix that because that was a mistake on my part. I in my head I was like, they need to go to the front, and I don't know why I positioned them facing the back as I was sewing. I knew they had to go in this direction, and yet that didn't happen. That was like, you foolish mortal, how could you forget that? So let's see. I will be very content once this project is done. It is getting closer to being done, which I'm happy about. I'm also happy that I'm giving myself grace and time on this. It's not something I'm trying to cram and get done super quickly. It's more like I'm just going to enjoy this process, even if it's going to take a little longer, because I really have no end goal for it. And that's the important thing. Just enjoying it, enjoying the vibes, chilling type of thing. So that's what we're doing here. I've been enjoying this a lot. Normally when I would cosplay in years past, everything was like on a deadline, hyper stressful. Enjoyment was not the #1 factor, and I have come to realize I actually do enjoy sewing a lot. I like sewing, I like the process. And I wasn't giving myself the luxury of enjoyment. So, but with that being said, I am gonna have to start crunching for Katsucon. If I don't start getting my pieces, if I don't start working on my pieces soon, they will not be done for Katsucon, and that is something I want to make sure I do. I start working on it and so on. So that is going to be interesting. Off to the iron. And she's iron. So now the seam looks a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to, since this is like the game of like basting, apparently. I love base stitching now. Really don't, but it is quite helpful to make sure everything is nice in position. So I'm going to base stitch this. Now, if I remember my notes correctly, I actually have to move it in a little bit up here. So it needs to be a little in, and then I can go to the actual seam allowance, because my back, it's bigger in the back than it should be. So we'll fix that. I hear the scissors. Okay. Also, I need to remember to put the tag on, because I did not put it when I did the facing like I should have, which I think I actually have an opportunity to kind of like put it in here. So maybe I should do that now. Let me fix that, because I do want this little handmade tag on it. I think it's just gonna be so stinking cute. So stinking cute. So let's ease up the tensions here a bit, and then I will just baste it and finish sewing things here properly. Once I baste it, it'll be there and we won't have to worry about it too much. So, and then if I need to refix this, readjust this, I will, which I probably am, so it's not a big deal. So I almost lost it. I couldn't find the homemade tag. So we're just gonna slide it in here so it can be right there. Time to get the needle for some hand basting and moving on with light. So I've actually been trying to give actual thought on what I want to make for KatsuCon, because it is coming up. For some people, it's like, oh, it's in February. Yes, it is in February. Again, as if we learned anything from this project, I am a very slow sewer. So I need to give myself ample time to work on things. So plus we have the holidays coming up, and I could probably work on some things when I go visit my family in New York, but likelihood of that happening is kind of low, because I generally don't get much done in New York. If I actually do put my mind to it, probably could get more done, but I tend to take it as a vacation. So, but if I want to be really serious, I should consider thinking about that and getting that done that way. So let me get these threads out of the way before they start causing havoc. We'll put it on the seam allowance. Move this back a little bit. I think I'm gonna move my mannequin out of the way, because she's just like here in the background looking like a very concerned bit. She's still there, but she's not as close. So I did get a more stable tripod, which makes me very happy, because it has been difficult working with the tripods the broken tripods that we have in this house. I am gonna probably consider getting a better one. I also would like a third camera eventually. I wouldn't mind having like an overhead one facing down, not necessarily just this way, but also like from top down. But that is a problem for future Wisty, not current Wisty. Okay, homemade tag is in place. Now we need to figure out the zipper. First things first, let me do that. Put that there. Put the dress a specific way. Okay. Okay, there we go. That's better. So the zipper is gonna go this way, and I'm gonna flip it over and go that way. I am froggy at the moment. I have been having some allergy reaction or something. I don't know what's going on with life, but I have not been well this week. That is not the reason why I've kind of disappeared. It's more because I had appointments and adult stuff that needed to get done, so that prevented me from doing much. I'm thinking, so I just had to escape for a couple of days and not do a few things because kind of stuff happens, you know? Also, too, now with the holiday season in full effect, I feel like less and less people are going to be popping on, which is cool. We all got our lives. We all got things going on. I know I'm probably going to have to be a bit sparse in the next few weeks. But that'll be fine. I don't want to poke myself with this pin. This needs to go. Everything is red. It's like very irritating to the eyes, I feel. It's like red, 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 red. I'm gonna stand up for this. I can't sit right now. I have no desire to sit at the moment. So here we go. Alrighty. I am currently using the thread from my serger cone to be my basting thread. Just because it's there and I don't have to like fight with losing thread. And then I don't have to worry about like losing the thread. I am going to excuse me, I had to sneeze. I was like, let me turn off my microphone. No one needs to hear me sneezing. Especially since I sneeze in groups. So I'll sneeze for a while before I stop. And it's coming back. I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay now. Now, normally when I do a zipper, I just pin it and then I use the machine to base stitch it. And then I use my invisible zipper foot to actually like sew it in properly. Why am I doing this? Who knows? I'm doing this because I find I've been having better success than when I just pin it. So I am taking the extra time to just get it done. So this week has just been hectic. It's been busy. I've just been like doing a few things. Like I got my hair done yesterday. I had an appointment on Wednesday to meet a therapist who is going to be my kiddo's future therapist, which is cool. I like having him in therapy just because I like him to have another place to talk to, since he just does live here with me, and he just lives down here with me and our family's all up north. It gives him the space he needs to talk to someone. He's been doing therapy, like just talk therapy, just to have some another outlet since 2020. And it's been great for him. I have considered doing the same for myself, which I actually am considering finding a therapist in next year because it's something I think important. So I need that in my life. Not that it's crazy because like I feel like my husband is my therapist. Like he says all the things I need to hear, and yet I still have a hard time listening to him because I think, well, he's just saying this because he's my husband, and it's not the case. He is absolutely not that type of person. He will always just he says things because he has a keen eye for observation and such. And also too, oddly enough, like yes, it seems like he will be saying this because he's my husband, but it's not really the case. He would say these things to a perfect stranger. He should have been a therapist. But I don't think his social battery would have allowed for such a thing, to be honest. So his social battery would have expended out way too fast. So it's not as long as I thought it was. Okay, so this is good because it will go down to where my hips are and give me extra room to slide the dress on without any. So you see it's like not completely aligned, so we're just gonna kind of just use it there as a moment, but we'll just keep it evenly paced regardless. So I feel like a lot of people have used this week as like a recovery week, especially after everything that's happened, and also they're using it as a time to be like, I need to get everything done just in case where they live everything goes, you know, out the door and everything. Although there's a lot of places that, although they should be concerned in general for like overall issues, there are some places that there are rights that have been ratified into constitutions, and unless we go under martial law, they should be okay. One thing we are not going to be happy about is the economic situation. So, as a friendly reminder, make sure you vote in 2026. Let's try to flip that House and that Senate as soon as we can to help things out. Because everyone's talking about 2028. Don't forget, you got your midterm elections, and your local officials are way more important than the president. So let's do that. Let's try to remember that. Remind ourselves of that small fact and detail. Actually, let me just slide it in here because I will lose it otherwise. I have lost that. I have lost the pin several times in the past, so the needle. I don't want to lose it again. Okay, cool. Now let's flatten you out, buddy. There we go. Now we got the zipper on one side. Let's go to the other side. The thread did something wrong, so we're just gonna not worry about it. Serger cones are the best, so I don't have to worry about it too much. Trying to think, what have I been doing? I've been watching anime. I don't think that's a surprise. I watch anime all the time, so I've been watching a lot of anime. We are obviously keeping up to date with our weekly anime that we love watching, Ari Furuta. I still have not started Dan Dan On. I need to start that soon. I am very interested in starting Dan Dan On, that's for sure. Oh wait, let's do this. So, because this is based up, I'm going to mark where the waistband is so I can try to make it nice and perfect. Don't know if that's gonna happen, but we could try. So we'll do it here. So we've been watching actually this anime that's on Hulu, not Hulu, on High Dive, because I actually have a High Dive account. I'm a rare person who has a High Dive account. I have High Dive because of Dangers in My Heart. That was like the only place you could have watched it. So I was watching Dangers with My Heart on High Dive, no shame. And we still have it. And my husband found this isekai, which is so dumb. It really is. It's a dumb isekai. Again, my skirt and my bodice didn't line up properly, but that's fine. Because I'm probably going to fold over the tape, the seams anyway, to ensure that they stay nice and enclosed and you don't see them. So we're watching this anime that's an isekai, and I don't even remember the name. It's one of those long names that makes no sense. And it's like, I want to live my loner life in the dungeon or something. I don't even know. But it's this young this obviously high school class gets sent into an isekai moment. They're sent to another world. We don't know why. I think that's the funny part. Like, they have no purpose at the moment. They're just in this other world. And the main character, Haruka, is essentially a loner, and he got like the weakest skills, or like these useless skills, as opposed to everyone who got like OP skills. He got like bottom of the barrel. He got one of the skills he got was dummy and master of none. So he can't master any skill. He can learn a bunch of them, but he can't master a single one. And he levels up extremely slowly, but because he's been able to combine all these seemingly useless skills, he has now become a force to be reckoned with, that he, despite not being a high level, can be very high level monsters, whereas his classmates are high level. They struggle, and he's like, what is going on? So it really is like an underdog story, really trying to show you like you can achieve great things even if you aren't OP type thing. So that's been quite humorous because it's just so ridiculous that you're just like, there's no way. And it's like, oh, yep, he did it. Somehow he did it. Somehow he succeeded. I don't know how. This shouldn't have happened, but it did. So we have caught up with that. So now we can only watch it every week. I started watching Arcane because so many of my friends were talking about it and the new season got released. I was like, I need to watch this. It's been on my watch list for a bit, so pulled out Arcane, was watching Arcane. Pretty good. Unfortunately, I have to rewatch a few episodes because, like I said, I was very tired yesterday, and it's no shade on like Arcane. Arcane's great. I was just so tired that I was falling asleep and I missed like episode 2. So I have to rewatch episode 2. But that's fine. And I think I want to rewatch Yuki Yuna is a Hero. And I started wanting to rewatch it because in the D&D campaign I'm in, the DMs asked a question about like magical girls. And I was like, I love Madoka. Madoka holds such a strong place in my heart, but like Yuki Yuna, I adore it. It's so good. And so underrated. Like so many people don't even like care for it. It's one of those, if you didn't like Madoka moments, go watch Yuki Yuna. Because it has the same dark magical girl aesthetic that Madoka has. But I feel there's higher stakes. And the reason why I feel there's higher stakes in it is because although Homura is my favorite character in Madoka, next to Mami. I love Mami and Madoka. Mami and Homura. Those are my two favorite characters in Madoka. Homura adds a level of, she removes the stakes because she can go back in time. And yes, it's tragic because she knows what happens and everyone else is just oblivious to like what has happened in the timelines. Which, yes, that adds to the story, which, yes, although it should be something that like prevents it from being so difficult, it does add a layer of like horror and sadness and such, because she's constantly redoing things to make sure she can get the best ending for Madoka. The idea of redoing things removes the urgency, removes the stakes for me. And in Yuki Yuna, you do not have that. Like, the girls get battered and bruised, and yes, they heal, but they only heal to a point, and they forever carry those scars. And that is just something that is so raw and like, wow, these girls are here trying to save this world and they are being ravaged and destroyed, and the more they use their magic, the more they're going to suffer. It's just like whole other level. So I want to rewatch Yuki Yuna because they made me think about like that question about, oh, what's your favorite magical girl? Though I said Madoka without reservation, it's like I always really did enjoy Yuki Yuna as a hero because of that, because it was very high stakes and had that this isn't gonna end well, is it, moment, and you kind of were stuck there. Okay, we got that basted in as I blabbed about magical girls and anime, which is always good. So let's get this in. We will do this now. Let's close this off so we don't break anything and put these scissors in. Oh, that's what I need to do. Gotta figure out when I'm doing that next week, because I gotta do it early in the week. I had talked about that there's a knife sharpening place near me, and I want to get our cleaver sharpened for Thanksgiving. And I gotta bring it in Monday or Tuesday, I think. That might work. Let's see. Okay. So I need to change my foot. Currently I have a regular presser foot. I prefer the clear one because I see easier Has a wide opening so I can do zigzag stitches and stuff like that, but I like clear because it's just easy to see. And I'm gonna go to my zipper foot. And then I will go to my invisible zipper foot, which is this one, which I need to... Now this is the OG zipper foot. I bought this years ago when I first started sewing because I only had a regular presser foot. And then my good friend Usako was like, you need an invisible zipper foot. So I went to Williamsburg in Brooklyn, where there are a lot of Hasidic Jews and therefore a lot of places to find sewing shops. I didn't want to go into Manhattan to the garment district, and I went in there and I was like, I need an invisible zipper foot for a shank machine, and this has been with me since. It's plastic, it's very fickle, but it works. And I probably could get a metal invisible zipper foot, but I'm okay with this guy. He's my OG. He has been with me from the very beginning years of cosplay, and he will remain. So that's my invisible zipper foot. It's not even for the machine. It literally is like one of those universal ones that are compatible. So that's why it's there. It exists for that purpose alone. Okay. Oh no, that's not a good thing. Get out of there. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I have a nice wide basting stitch, because although this is hand basted, I want to baste it with the machine so it really doesn't move, and then I can pull it out later. So. It's funny, as I'm working on this zipper, oh, this is the wrong side. It needs to be on this side. There we go. So much better. I probably had the most interesting comment pop up on my social media that threw me off big time. I'm lowering the speed because I don't want to mess this up. And this is something I'm going to have to ask Usako, because she was the one who did fashion, not me. But someone was on one of my social media accounts and was like, oh, that the progress of my dress was really nice, but why didn't I install the zipper in first? I was very confused by that, because as long as I've been sewing, I have always installed the zipper last. And in fact, any sewing tutorial I've watched, any pattern I have read, always talks about closures and zippers towards the end of the sewing process. And I was just highly confused, because I was like, is that a thing? Because I've never heard of such a thing. Such a thing was odd. And I looked at the person's profile, and apparently they work on like mascot costumes, which then I was like, well, maybe for mascot costumes that might make sense, but I've never heard that for a garment before. So if you have ever sewn your zipper in first, please let me know if that's a thing. Because I've never done that. I've always put my zippers in last. Always put my zippers in last. So actually, I'm just gonna do it this way. Actually, basing it makes a lot more sense because I'm able to flip it without concern or worry. Also too, like I can get way closer to the edge than I do normally than with pins. So I'm actually liking this. Okay, I realized now this was supposed to go up. So yeah, I am raising this part of the dress, which is the waist and the bodice, up to the front, up to the top, to the bodice, because when I put in the lining, I want to hide that raw edge, and I can't hide it if it's facing down. So I just realized I made a mistake and I had to fix that. Yeah, because I really should be able to do a stitch in a ditch, the ditch, to attach the lining inside. So you won't see the stitching on the outside, but you'll see it inside, which is fine. I am not a fan of stitch in the ditch. I have a very hard time doing that. But I'm here, so I might as well try to do it. Now, before we continue onward, I'm going to double check and make sure the waistbands match up, the waistline matches up, because I don't want to have it not line up. Not that it will be visible, because yeah, it didn't. Wait. Nope, it didn't. It didn't do its thing. Okay. I have to fix one side then. Yeah. Okay. We'll fix that. Always fixing things. No. Open. Okay, zoom out. Okay. This always happens to me. One side goes on fine, the other side is like, no, I don't like this. And it's like, you bum. I don't like you either. Also, this is just me being a very annoying perfectionist about this for no reason other than I can be. So.
Go change that beat up. Here we go.
It's still all nasally. Annoying. Okay, so what else is going on in my life? I feel like nothing is happening and yet everything is happening all at the same time. Nothing is happening and everything's... Oh, so Yuki Yuna. So I was thinking, when I rewatch Yuki Yuna, I am potentially thinking that would be a wonderful series to cosplay from, because though the costumes look relatively simple, they are not. They are pretty intricate to a degree, and I'm like, I'm all for that. Okay, I'm gonna put a pin here because I need to. I just realized this is coming undone and I need to tack it down. Okay. So I was thinking I might try to do a costume from Yuki Yuna because I think it would be really cool, because especially the main character Yuna, she has like these, it's really cool, like it looks like a schoolgirl outfit, but it's not. It's like schoolgirl meets fighter type outfit. It's pretty cool. And I'm like, I like this outfit a lot. I think this is a pretty fun outfit. Like she has these arm bracers that have like gauntlets, and I'm like, and they're shaped like bunnies. And I was like, oh my gosh, I kind of need this in my life. So I'm thinking I might work on Yuna. I have to see if I have fabric in my stash that I could use for her. I think I do. I also think I have like a bunch of like cotton sateen that I had dyed pink, and I might need to lighten it a bit to work, because her motif is like kind of like sakura blossoms and all these like really pretty things. So I'm just like, that might work. That might work. So I gotta like double check and see what I have in my stash, because I really don't want to purchase fabric unless I absolutely have to. Like if it's something that I'm like, yeah, I need to buy fabric for this. Like I know I would need to buy black spandex to do her shorts, because I don't have black spandex. Which that could easily be something that I pick up when I go up to New York. I can go to like Spandex House and go into the city one day and go to Spandex House and pick up some spandex, because I think that is like something that I could easily do and it won't be a ton of money. Or I can see if Joanne's over here has spandex that I can use, because that's a thing, you know. But I really think that would be a cool costume, because again, like I said, part of what I've been planning is to make sure I'm doing things that I haven't done before. Like the wig would be cool, because I would have to do like a helmet style wig, because it's like a side ponytail, and just like I think it would be such a cool costume. So I have been warming up to the idea of being Yuna from Yuki Yuna. I have to double check, because there are some other characters that are just equally cool looking. But Yuna definitely is like up there. So I have to see what I can do. That might be fun. I still want to do Mao Mao from Apothecary Diaries though. Like I do want to do Mao Mao. I still don't know which version of Mao Mao I want to do though, because that's where a lot of the issue is. Because like I could do basic like servant Mao Mao, or I can do like a fancy Mao Mao. I don't know. I feel like a fancy Mao Mao would be better, but I don't know. I don't know what I want to do, which Mao Mao I want to do. And I still want to work on Yubel from Firin. And I think Yubel might actually, I might work on Yubel next on stream, especially since I want to do her coat. I want to do like, she has like this really cute boxy coat that I want to make. It has like, it's boxy with wide sleeves and it like off the shoulder. So she still has like, she's still showing off her shoulders and stuff, because clearly the girl, Cold, who is she? I think it would be so cute. So. Also too, I want my husband to be 4 eyes, so. Because he literally is 4 eyes. Holy cow, that was unexpected. What you did not see was my scissors popped open. And when my scissors popped open, it pushed the screwdriver out of the way. My sewing machine screwdriver out of the way. Just like made it fly across. So it's on the floor right now. My bad. I could easily... Okay. Okay, so we have that there. This is here. Again, we'll give it a shot. Let's see if this works this time. I hope it does. I don't want to have to do the zipper more than once. Do over it. I don't want to do over the zipper more than one time. That was smart, not really, but whatever. We'll make it work. I should really check my washing machine. So I have an issue with my washing machine when I do whites. For some odd reason, it gets stuck in the rinse cycle and it doesn't progress. And I'm constantly fighting with it. For it to progress. I'm sorry, I was listening because I heard noise and I was like, is that it? Did it work? Actually, I'm going to go check on it after I do this because I know how much time it had and it should be almost done, especially since I've been on stream for a fair amount of time. So it should be done by now. And if it's not, then I have to just switch. I have to switch settings because I think it doesn't happen so much when I do like a normal load or a towel setting or a bedding setting. It's only the white setting and it's driving me nuts. And I'm like, why does it keep getting stuck in the white? So we have to figure that one out. Why does it keep getting stuck in the whites? So, because I don't need the washing machine to burn out because it gets stuck on the whites. I mean, I should just start doing the whites on the normal section because clearly the normal setting, nothing happens with it, so. But I should be able to use the whites setting and it's just driving me nuts. So. All right. I'm almost done basting this one. Let's go see what's going on. Okay. Let me go check my whites. I think it's working. Huzzah! I think it's working. So fingers crossed. It says it's supposed to be done in 8 minutes. Let's see if that actually does happen. If not, I will just shut off the machine because 8 minutes time. There's really not much left. It's just spinning to spin. It's spinning to spin. Okay. I'm a fool and I realized I should have kept it that I sew from the top down because when you go opposite, things tend to shift and if you want everything to line up the same way, you need to sew it the same way. So we're gonna do it this way. The only thing is I don't like having to shove my dress on this side of the machine, but this makes sense to me. I know it doesn't look like much, it just looks like a mess. I swear, it will, when it comes out on the other side, it will look like something important. Just make sure there's no fabric underneath it, and we're good. So on Sunday, this past Sunday, I got to see the English premiere of Dragon Ball Daima, which is the new Dragon Ball series, where they turn into little kids and travel to the demon world. And I'm going to be this person and just say this more out of let me preface this by saying I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed it. I think it's really cute. I think it holds a lot of the spirits of the original Dragon Ball in it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. However, you can tell there is this strange love and connection Akira Toriyama has with the Cell Saga. Like, there's like, for some odd reason, the Cell Saga is always like this point in the Dragon Ball universe that always has some form of like they always go back to it, is essentially what it is. Because the way this was is the Cell Saga happened, Majin Buu, you know, they did the whole wish to make everyone see Majin Buu as a nice person, that Majin Buu wasn't a villain, and we're back in that time period where, you know, like Gohan still hasn't had his daughter, though we know he has a daughter. Like, none of this has happened. And we just go right back to the Buu Saga. We go right back to the Cell Saga. It just doesn't end. It's like, oh, we are perpetually in that moment in the Dragon Ball universe. We always go back there. Always. Now, is there anything wrong with that? No. It's just, I find it funny that it does that all the time. It just instantly returns back to that moment in Dragon Ball with zero, like, chill. Like, you can tell, like I said, Toriyama has a great love for this. You're watching me on TV? That's so weird. I say that so vaguely, so no one really knows what's going on. But yeah, Cell Saga, Majin Buu, they always go back to it. But it was cute. There is something about watching Kid Goku again that is just funny. I enjoyed it. I was like, he's just so cute. And everything about it is back to that childlike wonder that you get from Dragon Ball that should have always remained, but because you can't have an innocent, joyful, buff dude that's fighting for the universe. You don't have like this buff dude. You can't have him like childlike and joyous, joyful in this country because they're instantly gonna think there's something wrong with him. They're gonna be like, he's a pedophile or something. It's like, no, he's just like that. That's just, he's supposed to be innocent and have this awe, a zest of life in him. And that's just lost. Which is why I always love the fact that Goku is voiced by a woman in Japan, because they really want to keep that feeling alive. I'll do the zipper and then I'll fix the bus darts. Not the bus darts, the back darts. The OG invisible zipper foot. So, this is one of the reasons why I want to get another one, because I gotta take this whole thing off. But we've come to love her. So, we live with her, we love her. Again, Usako knows this presser foot very well. We have used this presser foot for many, many years. And that's it. Did my washing machine finish? I think it did. I think it did. I hope it did. Okay. I have enough bobbin to do this. I have enough focus. Let's do this. Okay. Adjust this so the zipper is correct. So much red. Wait, I double checked, right? I checked, right? I know I checked. Yes, it is now at the right spot. So you see, it matches. That was loud. Sorry. What am I thinking? So yeah, we saw Daima. My son loved it. I thought it was really cute. I laughed quite a bit. Oh, that's the other one we're watching. So again, every Saturday night, my son and I watch anime. This is like a thing we do. Because he is a Toonami child. He loves watching Toonami. And so they actually started premiering Mashal, Magic and Muscles. I knew of Mashal. I never watched Mashal, and I knew Mashal was this whole story about a kid entering a magic school, and he doesn't do any magic. He basically just fights with he's super strong and like super strong. Not like, oh, he can just lift a little bit. No, he is outrageously, ridiculously strong. And he got that way because his adopted father, wanted him to be protected. And because apparently they essentially like euthanize people who don't have magic, because they feel if you don't have magic, you're gonna ruin the bloodline, which is a very sinister thought when you think about it. This light is too bright for me. Which is very sinister when you think about it. And you almost forget how sinister that idea is, that here they are essentially killing people or getting rid of people to maintain the bloodlines and the DNA in the world. You forget about it because he is so dumb. Like wood block for a brain dumb. He can't even open a door. And my son and I were just laughing hysterically. And I was like, you know what? This is going to be a good show for us because it's something light, something fun. And even my kid was like, dude is so dumb. He can't even open a door. There's a doorknob right there, buddy. So that's what we watch, and we're also watching Blue Exorcist, which I've seen everything up until the past 2 seasons. The last 2 seasons they aired. And I then realized that Sam Riegel is Mephistos. And I was like, wait, that voice sounds so familiar. Oh, it's Scanlan from Vox Machina. Wait, oh, that's right. Sam Riegel did do a bunch of animes. I'm trying to recall if I did watch Blue Exorcist in English or Japanese. I feel like I did watch it in English because I was getting stuff ready for Katsucon. And so I tend to watch a bunch of anime in English because I can't watch the subtitles. So but now I stream when I con crunch. Well, not con crunch, but costume. So I can't watch anything or listen to audiobooks, which I need to start doing, but we'll get there. Probably when I'm working to finish Katsucon stuff that isn't like necessary to be streaming all the time, and I still need to work on things. I will watch anime and listen to my audiobooks because that needs to get done. I need to finish reading books. Like after I finished reading Dungeons and Drama, I haven't read anything since. So I've been hitting a reading slump at the moment. So we gotta read again. We gotta start reading again. Okay, so we did that. It should look pretty seamless. I'm just gonna test it out and see. Yep. I think it's gonna do the job. Okay. Now. Okay. Okay, I don't want the same mistake to happen again, so I'm gonna have to like shove it in here again. Because for some reason, every time I go the opposite way, it's like, no, sorry, we're not working for you today. We're gonna do it this way. No, that's not gonna work. Come on, buddy. I still am on my Gilmore Girls, like, what is it? My Gilmore Girls cozy rewatch kick. I have gotten to the part where she meets Logan. Rory meets Logan, and Luke and Lorelai are dating for the first time, like officially, and it's just like, oh man, I really liked this part. Don't get me wrong, I did love like her, like Rory's days in Chilton, and the, you know, her getting Lorelai getting back together with Christopher and the teacher and all these other things. But there was always something about her years, the seasons when Rory's at Yale and she's dealing with trying to fit into this world that she does fit in but doesn't at the same time. I always enjoyed. And though I always firmly wanted her to be with Jess, there was something about Logan that I loved for her. There was just something I loved about Logan for her. I don't know what, I could never fully put it into words why I loved Logan and Rory so much. But there was something about him that, like Jess, challenged her. But Jess was basically like making her challenge herself, whereas I feel Logan had her challenge the world. And I loved that for her. But then at the same time, she couldn't be like him even though she wanted to be like him. It's a very complex thing, but I've always liked Logan and Rory despite what happened in Year After Gilmore. Okay, I'm slowly getting this invisible zipper on. Let's see. Okay, we're just trudging along on this. Slowly but surely. I think I can, Hansa. Okay. I think this should work. I'm just making sure, like, there's still slack that I can turn over this thing and be happy with it. So. I'm in this weird vibe mindset that I'm all like, I'm ready for 2025 to get here. And at the same time, I'm like, how is it 2025 already? How is this a thing? Like, I left New York in 2021. In August of 2021, and to think that it has been 4 years already since I've left it's gonna be 4 years next in 2025 that I've left New York. I'm just like, how did that happen already? How has it been 4 years? I mean, like, right now I'm like, it's still like, it's 3 years. Like, how? And don't get me started about, like, my child. To think that he is going to be a 15-year-old in January is still just... No, my kid is not turning 15 in January. Like, that's not a thing. That's not happening, you know? But it is. I should put the little screwdriver away so I don't lose it. Okay, so I need to get rid of the base stitch that's in these things so it doesn't get caught up in the zipper. I should be able to just pull it out, hopefully. You don't like me, I understand. You don't like me, I get it, I understand entirely. Oh no. Again. You're not fun. You're not fun at all, buddy. Okay, let's see. If I'm looking at it like an old lady, it's because I am. I'm like, oh. Oh. So, let's see. Talked about future cosplay projects. I talked about anime. Talked about aging gracefully. Oh, that was the funny one. So, it's one of those things that you like kind of reflect on as you get older and you do age. I tend to watch like quite a few like YouTubers and, you know, people who do things online for various things. I have various interests, whether it's astrology, whether it's for stationery, cosplay, writing. I think my YouTube algorithm is highly confused with me half the time because it's like, what does this woman want? I don't know what she wants right now. So we're moving, you know, planner season is in full swing. So like everyone's been talking about what are they using for their 2025 planners, and I have gotten into like using a planner for quite some time now. I did bullet journaling for a few years, and then I moved into bound, like pre-made bound books. And there's this one person I follow, and she's all like, I've been using rings of she does stationery, and she's like, I've been doing ring systems for what did she say? She was like, I started using a ring system on a philo flax back in 2013 when I was in college. Wow, I'm aging myself. And I'm like, did I do that when I was like in my 30s, feeling I was so old before my time? Because I was like, wait a minute. You were in college in 2013? Cool. I had a 3-year-old. I had a 3-year-old. I was almost 30. Actually, no. I was 30 in 2013. It's gonna be 31. I literally was like, wait, is this a thing? Like, did I do this when I was younger? Like, I'm very confused because now I'm just like, I find it more humorous that people are like all like hung up on age than I did when I was younger. Like, I felt when I was younger, oh no. Was that a thing? Did that just, it did. No. Oh dear, oh my. Hopefully I can iron that out. Okay. Well, I think that's just something we're going to snip, not pull. No more pulling things on this dress. I don't need to mess up the dress. Yeah, apparently I pulled a thread on the fabric, and now I'm like paranoid. Okay, we're gonna continue on with the conversation. So the conversation was that. So I was thinking that, and I think what drew my attention more was the fact that I had taken my kid to get his hair cut, and the hairdresser, she's young. She's on a younger age. She is like in her 20s. And she was talking about how, oh yeah, I read that when I was in high school in sometime in the teens. And I just was like, she's like, wow, I feel so old. And I was like, you feel old? I feel ancient now that you say that. Oh, she said she was 22. And I was just like, we don't need to talk about how old I am. Because clearly, if you think 22 is old, you would be horrified at my age. So, it is one of those things that I start wondering. I was like, was I that bad when I was that age? Was I? Was I really? I don't know. Like, I feel like I wasn't, but I could have very well been. So, it's it was a thought that came into my head, because now it's like I'm in my 40s and I'm like, I really don't care. Like, okay, I'm in my 40s, yay. You know, wake up and breathe another day, you know, like wake up and live another day. That's what we're doing. That's what we're going to be doing from now on. We just wake up and live another day, which is perfect. And I think things that I used to be more reserved about or like wanted to care more about, I find myself caring less. Although I still have like social anxiety about talking to people, and I still get nervous, especially when they're strangers. But there's other things that I'm just like, yeah, we'll just go ahead and do it. Like, we went to... So, last weekend, my husband was like, let's drive to the next county over where there is a Buc-ee's, and we'll buy some Christmas decorations, or like the Christmas stuff, because for apparently every season Buc-ee's has like different like merch. So I was like, ooh, I want Buc-ee's Christmas merch because I got some Halloween stuff. I want some Christmas stuff. So my husband was very kind and was like, let's go and check this out. So we did. And while we were out there, we were in the next county, and last week in my chat, somebody mentioned that there was this really cool restaurant called the Apple Barn, and that, you know, they had a cider mill and everything. And I was just like, let's go check out the Apple Barn. It was like over an hour to wait for the restaurant. And I was just like, I'm not waiting an hour. But the cider mill was pretty empty, which I was surprised about. And we did tasting, and I have now since bought like 6 bottles of cider, which are in my house, and I haven't been able to drink them because I haven't been feeling well. Had I been feeling not sick, I would have been drinking the cider. Like, I would have drank it when I had D&D. I would have drank it when I had when I streamed last night, but I don't feel well, so I haven't drank them. But I did, oh, it's still slightly off, but not by much. So I have one in the refrigerator, and I can't wait to crack it open. It's called First Frost, and it tastes like apple pie at Thanksgiving. It tastes and smells so good, and I'm very happy to have that. It's a seasonal blend, so they only bring it out during the season. So I actually got 2 bottles. So I have one to drink now, and then I have another to take up to New York with me and enjoy that for the Christmas season, because I normally don't drink like coquito that we make, like the eggnog, well, not eggnog, but the coconut eggnog that we make. My mom makes it every year, but I don't drink it. I don't care for coquito. Don't know why, just never have. So I'm going to take the cider up and enjoy my cider because it's so good and so yummy. But that was like a YOLO moment. Like, I literally was like, let's just go. And then I was like, let's go tasting, because we were kind of like hanging out in the back, not thinking much of it. And I was just like, let's just go. And I feel like I have more of that energy now than I did when I was younger, and probably had more time and like less aching bones. Let's be for real. Than I do now. But for some reason, I'm willing to be more adventurous now, and I kind of like that. So I don't obsess about my age, and I kind of just go with the flow. And again, it's one of those things that, like, oh, I start wondering, I'm like, was I that bad? Really? Because I hear some of these people say these things, and I'm just like, wow, that's old. Why are you acting like you're so old? You're still so young. And I think it's because, again, when you're younger, you think old. You think like you hit a certain age and you're so old. Although I feel like I never had that vibe, because my folks were doing like going out dancing and clubbing when they were like in their late 30s, early 40s with no shame. And I'm like, there is no shame in it. So, I don't know. My folks were kind of cool like that, you know? I feel like I forgot to tie the knot on these bust darts, and that's why they're popping open. So I'm just theming it. I'm like back tacking it to make sure they don't open on me, because that will annoy me, especially after I put the lining in. I'm not going to be able to fix this. I mean, I could by hand sewing it, but do I really want to? No. Okay. Nah, don't fall. I'm going to sneeze again. And that was like baby sneeze, big sneeze. I rarely do like those small little cute sneezes. I'm very loud and rancorous when I sneeze. I'm like, "Achoo!" Everyone's like, how can someone so small make such loud noises? Be so loud when they sneeze. And it's like, that's me. Sorry. I'm the queen of making sneezes loud. Oh, man. I'm actually thinking about the silly dirge playthrough that I did last night. It's just like one of those things. I'm just like, the story is interesting because like you're constantly reminded that the person has like a headache, has memory loss, has all these things, and you're just like, help this sick person. Why are they like this? Okay. I am going to close the skirt because clearly I forgot I have to close this skirt. So let's set this up. And there we go. I'll just use pins for this one. I don't need to worry about basting this one. It's a very straight line. I am going to use my my zipper foot though, because since I have a zipper in here, it's just going to make it difficult. So I'll use the zipper foot to help out. That's out. Needle. Let him go in there. Every once in a while, I will find the needles that got lost into the abyss of the magnetic pincushion. The magnetic, yeah, the magnetic pincushion. And I'm like, nope, put that back where it belongs. It belongs with the needles, so go over there. So I do that quite frequently. So... Zipperfoot, where are you? Here we are. Okay. Do I want it on that side or the other side? I don't know. I gotta think about this right now. Let's see. No, I want it on this side. Oh, wait, that side. Okay. Do I want it on that side? We'll find out right now. Trying to remember what side I want it on. Yep, this is the side I want it on. Okay. Just go slow and steady wins the race. No need to rush this. Wait, the pin's over here. No. I think we got it. Okay. Okay. Now. This is when I'm gonna do weird finishing stuff because I'm that person. So. Okay. That washing machine is still going. I'm gonna have to double check it. Again, why are you doing that? Stop it. Okay. Before I continue, I'm going to check my washing machine because I know it's still going. Yeah, no, I ran off to watch my washing machine doesn't like the white cycle. It froze. It keeps freezing. So in fact, it was adding more time to this rinse cycle. And I was like, that's it. We're done. We're done. I'm just turning you off. I hope he had an easy trip up to New York, where you are. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Yeah, and then I was like, let me, and then I wound up putting like another load of laundry in, because my laundry has piled up in the house this week. Running around doing appointments and stuff. That takes time. It only happens when I do whites that the machine kind of just stays cycling in the rinse and spin. It doesn't happen with any other cycle, with any other setting. It's just that one. So I have a feeling something happened with my whites, that the white setting, that it just stuck. So all right, I'm going to fold over this so it looks nice and smooth like that in the back. The sides aren't going to look like this, but the back will, which is fine. I'd rather have it protected for the back seam than anything, because it will have the most, what do you call it? It's used the most because of the zipper, so it has the most friction and tension there. So I'm probably going to just, I can hand tap this down. Although, actually, you know what? Scratch that. I'm gonna hand do. Actually, no, I need to do this. I need to pin it in place. My bad. I realize, because once I put this in, it's gonna enclose it and I'm not gonna be able to reach it. So actually go back. Go back. Return. Return. Return to the next dimension. I'm trying to think. I really have nothing else to talk about today. It's been a very quiet week. I will not complain. It's been very quiet this week. And I'm happy for that. Happy quiet week. Tired right now though. Ooh. Actually, Usako, you'd get a big kick out of this one. I need to rewatch Agatha All Along again, because I keep getting an ad for it on YouTube anytime I'm watching YouTube, and it's always the one where the boy is having the sign "Welcome Coven" at Agatha's house, and watching that scene, knowing hello? How about now? Hello? Does it work? I hope. It's funny. OBS is picking up on it. How about now? Hello? What is going on? OBS is showing that it's playing. In fact, it's showing it going off the charts. That's weird. Boop 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 boop. Dee dum dee 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 dum 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 dum. Let's see. What could be wrong? My channel. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. I can hear it on my end. Let me know if you're having a hard time still. Or if you can hear me. Ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop.
You are a convention.
Huh? Does that mean you can't hear me still? I don't get it. Why is something always going on with you? I swear. That's so weird. Okay. Ah. Ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. Okay, I guess I'm going to just keep putting this up. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Looks like the Canadian Post might be going on strike. Okay. I was like wondering because I kept seeing my levels on OBS and I was like, it's still registering me and nothing's muted. Did I do something? What happened? Oh, I just poked myself with this pin. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think this weekend I'm gonna try to see if I get the garage under control because I need to start putting that furniture they left behind in this house for sale because I need to get it out of my garage. I need it out of my life. I need my space back. Oh, it worked! Finally! Woot! Yeah, I finally got a Discord. No, they did leave nice furniture. It's just not our aesthetic. So I'm not, I'm going to see if I can, like, put it for sale and see if someone in locally wants it. It's just not our vibe, so we were like, we need to get rid of this. I have to get rid of our old TV stand. Yeah, I got a Discord server set up. Well, I had to set up a writing Discord because I am trying to meet up with a bunch of people that were in the indie publishing course I took, because we're trying to do mastermind groups, and I needed to set up a Discord server because I was like, I don't know how you people plan on meeting for like an hour when none of you have like a paid Zoom, and nothing really gives us access to like unlimited time, like unlike Discord. So let's just do a Discord server and call it a day. So I had set one up for them, and I then was like, let me finish setting mine up, because I did start it but I didn't finish it. So I'm still playing around with it. I'm still like getting the kinks out. It's a lot of work setting up the bots and everything. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like the issue is currently it's a four-person group, and for some odd reason the one person who caused havoc last Tuesday has yet to join it, and it's driving me nuts. So it's basically a group of other writers in the state. There's one who's local to me who happens to be the annoying one that is further south, and one who lives in Nashville. The problem with the Nashville person is she works full time, and Nashville's on Central Time, whereas we are on Eastern Time. So in order for us to meet, we need to make sure we're meeting at a time that's convenient for all of us, which is fine. Myself and another member are pretty flexible. I just need to know what day we're meeting so I don't put a stream on that time. But otherwise, I pretty much have a open schedule unless I have a doctor's appointment or something, which I'll know in advance. And suddenly on Tuesday, after I had the stream planned, which is why I didn't stream, the woman who's local to me was all of a sudden like, are we meeting at noon? And I'm like, huh? She's like, we can only meet for 40 minutes because I only have a free Zoom. And I was like, I've been telling you people for a bit, let's do Discord, let's make a server, let's all hang out together there. And one, why has nobody agreed? None of us agreed to meet at this time. Like, it was thrown out in the wind, but never solidified. So I kind of took it as we're not meeting. Suddenly, she popped out of the woodwork at 10 o'clock in the morning, was like, she wants to meet at noon. I was like, well, I have something to do, but I can adjust my schedule. However, the person who works full time in Nashville is on Central Time. That's not her lunch time. She said she can meet us at lunch, which would be 1 p.m. our time. And this was a whole back and forth thing. The one who has a flexible schedule is dealing with, it sounds strange, it's weird, she's dealing with a rash that she's had for like 5 years and can't find what's the cause or a remedy for this rash. So she doesn't want to go on camera, which I'm like, cool beans, no problem. We all have our varying degrees of comfort being on camera. Not all of us are comfortable being on camera. Some days we just don't want to be visible. And I'm like, if you want to just meet on voice, totally cool. I'm cool with that. We don't have to meet in we don't have to have your face on the camera. I think the one that's local to me didn't care for that, because right away she was all like, well, if you want to meet another time, it's okay. And the woman's like, no, I just have this gross rash on me and ointment. I don't look presentable. And that was a weird thing. And then as the meeting drew closer, the one who suddenly was like, wanted to meet, basically bails on us. And it's like, I'm not going. And then she said she adjusted the Zoom link so we could meet via Zoom, but she didn't because we had to wait for the host. It was a mess. So I gave the one who has the rash my Discord name, and we met on Discord, and that's where I set up the server and I did all of that. So I say it was a victory because I got something done that I needed to do for this, for this Twitch channel and everything. But I was not happy at that person's attitude. I was like, lady, what in the world? And it's funny because she apparently, like, the one who's local to me that was like, I'm gonna have a meeting. No, I'm not having a meeting. Out of nowhere. She is a stay-at-home mom, but apparently, like, she wants to meet on the days that her son has like a morning session or a morning group, so she doesn't have to be bothered with him, which I'm cool with, but it's like, what times are those? Like, during what time is that? Because that's different times for everybody. I was like, you're annoying. Like, the one from Nashville seems very nice because she was all like, oh, she wanted to meet Thursday. And I was like, I don't know if I can do Thursday. I have an appointment. I don't know if I'll be home in time. And she was like, oh, I would rather meet. She joined the Discord server without an issue. It's like I said, the one that suddenly wanted to make this meeting happen, but decided last minute to bail on us. I was like, why did you even bother? This was so annoying. I don't understand you. Let's see. We'll do last year's winter.
Here's how to get rid of them or get paid to see them. Do you know how much of the
Ads. Ad revenues.
ads? That's an ad. That's an ad.
So I was just annoyed. I was like, why was this woman making this like such a big deal? So I think we're supposed to be meeting next Tuesday. Maybe I have to like double check with the group, solidify it, because if that's the case, then I might just move the stream to Monday, because Wednesday I can't do it. And I can't do it Thursday. And Friday is my normal day anyway. So I'm like, okay, I could probably do it on Monday. I'm not really big on streaming on Mondays, but I can do it this week. But I was very annoyed with that woman in the writing group, because I was like, and it's funny because since then she hasn't replied to any emails, she hasn't said anything, and I'm like, you know what, you wanted to take charge and you failed. Like, you don't take charge and then suddenly like vanish because it wasn't what you expected or something. Like, I don't know. You thought people were going to drop the world because suddenly you were free? Like, no, that's not how it works, sweetheart. Sorry. And what, you didn't like the fact that I decided to take charge? It's like, no, I'm going to try to take charge to make it, like, easy for everyone, because this is kind of ridiculous. So. So I think I might, like, email the group, find out what's happening for this weekend, next week, and then I'll just email the server and set up the schedule, like do an event reminder for everyone so they know like we're meeting that day in that place. because I definitely want to get like back into that groove again. Like I'm using like the rest of this year as just a time to like get myself together, reset everything, figure out what exactly I want to do with my time. So next year I can hit the ground running, set up the stuff for the LLC, actually start trying to get income again. That's gonna be a wild thought. Working again? Me? Oh, that's right. I did watch this little winter chill from the chill hop music. It's really cute because it's like they are in a cabin in the woods and they're like, it's like them traveling to the cabin, then they're like doing a camp out underneath the aurora borealis. They're in like a little hot tub type thing. It's really cute. Again, it reminds me of when I used to use these videos during the work time for my students at work. And we would like sit there and like chill out and do like narratives for it. They always very much appreciated the background music. Like I used to use a lot of different ones. I used to use like classical renditions of popular pop music, which is hysterical. Like listening to like a Bad Bunny reggaeton song puts like made out in classical music. Like some of them were simple, like Taylor Swift songs and stuff like that. But then you had like a hip hop song that was made by like some string quartet, and it was just like, this is weird. But cool. I mean, they do it on Bridgerton all the time, and that's gotten very popular, so. Oh, that's right. I should slide in my hook and eye. Oh, that's another one I should pull out from the bin. When you're thinking about all the finishings on a garment, you're like, what? It's so funny as I'm like sewing here and I'm like, oh, cosplay. I find it hysterical that like at any moment in time I can go on Threads and there's some excess cosplay drama on there. And the one that I found funny was, I don't know why. And honestly, we're at a point now with this topic that they keep arguing about that the horse is like, it's not just dead. It has been bashed so much, so repeatedly that it is now mush. It's not even like a physical form. It's like kind of like just been like bashed and mashed and stepped on so much that it is a gelatinous form of what a horse used to be. And I'm just like, why are we still talking about this? We talked about this after Crown Championships. We've talked about this after this time. Like, the horse is not even like, it's not just dead, but you have basically made it into paste. It is glue now, this horse. And I'm just like, can you all stop talking about it? Because you talk about it all the time. It's like you have it on rotation in your like social media details for every month. Like every month we must talk about the importance of having craftsmanship judges over popular follower judges. And I'm like, again, horse meat glue factory. That's where you have it now. It's like, it has no semblance of a horse at this point. I have heard this story over and over again. And I can't help but think, like, these are people that they're making these arguments because, one, they want to be those judges. And some of them really don't have the qualifications, but they want to act like they do. And two, they need to maintain that social media traction. And I'm just like, this is such a dead horse, people. Can we talk about something more important? Like I just saw someone who I tend to follow, and she was talking about, they have something called the Cosplayer Survival Network or something like that. And it's basically rating the harassment policies at conventions and like how to make your convention safer for your attendees. And I was like, you see, that's a new horse. That horse is brand spanking new. Can we talk about that horse? Not, we must have qualified craftsmanship judges, because geez, I didn't think, like having a qualified judge is kind of, it goes without saying last time I checked. So I'm just confused. I'm like, I don't know. Now it's not like that, it's like a 6-month reminder or something like that, like, oh, we're back at that season, just letting you guys know. No, I could see that. I'm just tired. It's like, I feel like every time I look at that, I can't watch threads. I can't go on threads. Every time I go on threads, especially cosplayer threads, I feel like that's the one that's the most toxic. It is people essentially just thinking, I'm going to sit here and soapbox every single day to get traction. I'm like, I'm done. I can't live with this space. Like, I went to Blue Sky and I'm like, I'm happy to be there because I'm seeing people talk about other things in Blue Sky. In fact, one of the ones that I know, who's like using threads as her constant soapbox, she's like, I really like threads. And I'm like, you really like threads because you get to like just yell like angry old man at cloud meme about all the things you want the community to be about, but you're not helping it get there. And Blue Sky isn't having it, so that's why you're like, I think I'll just stick with threads. Yeah, stay over there, please. I don't want to see you in Blue Sky. It's bad enough I have to see your stuff on threads. And then it's like, I don't know if you heard earlier, but like someone was all like, saw my dress on threads and was like, why didn't I put the zipper in first? And I'm like, do you sew? Like, what do you mean? Why didn't I put the zipper in first? You put the zipper in after your dress is sewn up. Yes. Yeah, they were basically like, well, it's in the back seam, so it's easier to put it in first. And I was like, no, it's not. Because the whole front of the bodice is curved. I was also too like the zipper is the bodice and the skirt together. I was like, and then I went on their profile, and apparently they work on mascot costumes, which I'm like, okay, maybe in a mascot outfit it might be easier to put the zipper in first, but I've never heard that for garment construction. Yeah. That's why I have a hard time getting into the internet, because I'm too scared. I'm always second guessing myself. I don't have that voice of authority, as they like putting it. I'm always like, maybe, I don't know, this might work. Yeah, I was very confused. I literally told the person, I always put the zipper in last. That's how I learned it, and that's how I'm gonna continue to do it. That's... I didn't want to go into a whole thing of like, I've watched sewing videos, I've seen so many tutorials, I've read patterns that say contrary to what you are describing. So, but I literally was like, I've never heard of putting a closure in first. Like, why? Why would you do that? Yeah, I need to work on my voice of authority so I could become... I need to be that voice of authority in the community and just stick to my guns. Although I know if I say it, I'm still gonna probably be right. Because I'm not gonna say something I don't double check and make sure it's correct. Wow, it's already almost 2 o'clock? How is that possible? Jeez. Time has gone by so fast. Especially while I'm trying to make sure my washing machine's working. I want a few little thread thingies so I can... There we go. Woohoo! Oh crap, do I need my glasses to do this? This is the first time I think I need them. Oh, let me go get my glasses. I'll be back. That sounds so weird. Never needed them before. It's a miracle I remember where my glasses are. Like, I'm doing this and I'm like, why am I having a hard time seeing this? This is terrible. Nope, not helping. Maybe it's just my eyes. My eyes are not, like, rested today or something. Because I normally don't ever have an issue seeing this. And yet I'm like, I can't see anything. What is going on here? So, I'm over here. Well, as you see, I did one side. So it's all smooth. Once I press it, it will be better. So I'm trying to hide the serge underneath so it's just nice and smooth and looks pretty. There's no other reason for it other than let it look pretty, because pretty is what we go for here. Pretty is aesthetic in this house. Again, these are the endless small details that people are like, oh. These are also the endless small details that I didn't do when I would first start cosplaying. It was just like, get it done. We need it done. Where's the hot glue? Where's the duct tape? We'll get it done. We will project runway it and just get it done. I made a knot in my thread and now I'm mad. I forgot to use my wax, my hand sewing wax on the thread. It's funny because the first one I didn't have this issue and now it's like, haha, you did one side perfectly fine, no issues, and now this one's like, aha. I will make your life difficult, lady, because I can. I'm getting into that part of like having like my cold and sickness that I'm just like, I want more food. I need more food to continue to fight whatever is plaguing me at the moment. I have some hot and sour soup downstairs. I think I'll just heat up and eat today after I get off stream. Just slurp it down before I go pick up my kiddo. But we still have time before witching hour begins. The witching hour. KK. All whiskey, all day, every day. I'm probably just better off. Yeah. We're gonna restart this. This is sad. I need to restart. I can't. I'm not gonna keep fighting with this. It's just, especially at the very top of this. This is ridiculous. We're not fighting this anymore. We're gonna give up. Okay, there we go. We gave up. Because I'm not about to continue picking at this left and right. That's just gonna be annoying. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? I have seen like tutorials online, like how you can easily like pick that out, and like there's like a very ingenious way of doing it. I don't know how to do it, so I just don't know. So I'm just gonna start again. because life is like that. I also think the red is just getting to my eyes at this point. It is just very in my eyes, like bugging me out a little bit. Sewing wax, your friend. It's supposed to prevent your threads from knotting as you sew them. Does it always work? Not really. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it does not. So I'm going to use this to help with some things. Wow, my eyes today are not jiving with me. Could also be I woke up this morning feeling super dizzy. I think my ears are clogged, which is a very common thing to happen this time of year for me. So they clog up because of my allergies, and it's just not fun. So I think my equilibrium was thrown off this morning. And by this morning, I mean like 4 o'clock in the morning, before I woke up, like officially. It was very much woke up in the middle of the night and was like, oh, the room is on an angle. That's not good. It was not. It was not good. It was not fun. I was not having a good time with that. So thankfully it passed, and I was able to wake up this morning and not pass that, like not take my kids to school. So I was able to do that this morning. And then I've kind of just been hovering, but like clearly my eyesight is not, like my eyes aren't as sharp today, which could be my allergies. Like maybe my allergies are making my eyes a little irritated and they're not very focused as they used to be. So and this red on red is not helping. Red is a very harsh color. So my eyes are like, red, why? It's like, I'm sorry, these are like demon hellspawn. Red is like a color. Red is a motif. So I can eat some hot and sour soup later. And tonight, I still have a bunch of leftovers from last night. Well, don't think it's enough for me and my husband. So if he wants to eat them, he totally can. I just want a bite of my sweet and sour pork, because sweet and sour pork came out really good last night. I'm getting really good at cooking Chinese food now. It's almost like I don't need to go to the Chinese place, but it's just convenient. Because we actually have a Chinese place that actually makes not just like American Chinese food, but it's like more authentic Cantonese style. And we're just like, yes, thank God. We have something near us that we can order from and feel good about the food quality. So That's where I went and picked up my hot and sour soup yesterday. I was like, where I got my hair done, I'm like, I want hot and sour soup. I want something spicy to help clear out my sinuses and all that stuff. So I got some. And I got some crab ragoon too, because I was just like, I want stuff that isn't necessarily good for me, because why? I'm sick. I want to eat something that's filling and maybe comforting. So we got some crab ragoon. And then I made sweet and sour chicken. Not chicken. Pork. Sweet and sour pork. I say chicken because I cooked it like I would have cooked the chicken. If it would have been sweet and sour chicken, I would have done the same thing. Gotta make sure we go try to find turkey this weekend so we can have our turkey all ready to go, because we are deep frying a turkey this year. I'm so excited about that. And then if I want to get like sweet potatoes, and although I did pick up some Japanese sweet potatoes, so I think we're good with the sweet potato market. Because I do prefer white sweet potatoes over orange sweet potatoes. But I definitely want like a vegetable dish. Like I want to have some roasted vegetables. So I want to probably pick up some asparagus, broccoli, and a few other things. And then we'll probably have rice with the turkey. And I think I'm gonna make a loaf of pumpkin bread to go with it instead of cornbread. And then maybe we can have like salad or something on the side. I don't know. All I know is since we're making Thanksgiving dinner here, I don't have to have like what we always eat at my parents' house. Because it's like the menu, it's like funny because like every year I go up there and my mom's always like, we have to figure out the menu for Thanksgiving. And it's like, what do you mean figure out the menu? It's the same menu every time we have Thanksgiving dinner. We make rice con gandule, we make arroz con gandule, we make sweet potato, we make a salad, we make some form of a pasta dish, whether it's baked ziti or macaroni salad, but we normally do baked ziti with no meat, and then we'll do a potato salad. Because if we do macaroni salad is essentially potato salad, but without the potato. It's just so it's like that, and then regular salad, and like that's it. We always make these same things. So I'm like, why is it a question as to what we're making for Thanksgiving dinner? We know what we're making for Thanksgiving dinner. It's like we know every year what we're making for Christmas dinner. Christmas dinner is always penin, arroz con gandule, pasteles, some sweet potato, macaroni or potato salad, and maybe baked ziti again. Like that's it. It's always the same things, which I mean, that's like generally what happens. It tends to be like a very, like, what you're making those meals. So like I kind of laugh when it's always like a question, like, what are we gonna eat that day? And it's like, you know what we're eating, so why are you acting like we don't know? There is no planning involved in this. So just like my mom always makes coquito for this time of year. Like she always has coquito during the holidays, whether it's Thanksgiving or definitely always for Christmas. But sometimes she's been making it for Thanksgiving too now. But like, we know what comes out of this. We know what happens. What's actually kind of cool is we're already trying to figure out what we're making for Lunar New Year this year. Mainly because we actually have access to a lot more ingredients than what we normally have access to. So we're already figuring out like Lunar New Year. We tried a steamed fish last weekend from the restaurant that we like going to, just to see if it's like something we can consider getting for Lunar New Year, because we never really have a fish dish, and I would like to make sure we have like a fish dish in place this time around. So if the restaurant's open day of, I'll go pick up the fish and we'll have like the steamed fish dish. And if it's not, there is like another like fried fish one that we normally get, that would be perfect. So and since we know how, we've learned how to make and we follow recipes on like how to make the other dishes, we'll just easily like make the other dishes and that'll be great. So again, I always tell everyone I'm a slow sewer. Everything I do takes time. But it's always done with love and care, because I always have the intention of making everything look really good, really nice, well sewn together. I could have easily just ironed this open and left it alone, but I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I should stand up to keep doing this. Ugh. Sometimes I get comfortable sitting and I'm like, no, I should stand. Better for the blood flow. Okay. I should drink some water soon. Okay. My focus is unparalleled today. I'm not able to really multitask at the moment. I'm just like, must get this done right. Must watch needles and threads. That's like literally what's going on in my head right now. Sometimes I'm able to do a better job. Today it's like, nope, my brain capacity is at this point. This is what we're doing. This is how we're gonna do it. Oh, awesome. We're at the end point. Woot, 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 woot. Woot, woot. Full of woot. Always woot, woot, woot. There we go. Okay. So, we got this done. The zipper is going to be hidden anyway with the lining, which I might have to finish restitching some of the stuff here because it came out of place, so that might work for me. Actually, maybe I might just hand sew it. Might just be easier because the understitching is in the way. More hand sewing, because clearly I am a glutton for punishment right now. Yeah, I didn't think about the understitch getting in the way, but clearly it will. Actually, you know what? Maybe I can just unpick the understitching a little bit and just re-stitch it later. That might work out more in my favor. So let's do that instead. I'm worrying about this. Don't poke yourself. Don't hurt yourself. Aha, there we go. Sweet, okay. Alrighty, so. Okay. Riveting content, I know. Let's just try to finish this portion. Again, I have just gonna go in a couple of stitches just to easily fix this. Always just adjusting things. Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, this is still too in. Okay. So excellent. And I re-put in my homemade tag, which makes me so happy because it's gonna say homemade because it is a homemade cosplay and I'm so happy to be advertising that. Small things in life, man. Small things in life make you super duper happy. And that's me with a little tab. A little tag that says, I made this. Again, I am desperately thinking of possibly getting one customized, but that is a future thing for me. Again, I think it'd be so stinking cute to have it like personalized. Oh, okay. Take that out. Don't want to get that stuck in the needle of everything. So let's see, make sure this is good. Okay. Look how stinking cute that is. It says handmade right there. How cute. Super cute. Okay. I guess I'll tack that down later, but for now, let's do this. Let's re-establish the understitch. Perfection. Okay. I just realized it's gonna cause a problem. Well, I should have done it where I said I was gonna do it the first time. I guess we'll just unpick it again. I know where I'm gonna put it now. I'm like, wait, this isn't gonna work here. It was supposed to be on this part. Okay. Although, realistically, actually, should be fine as long as I tack it down. I think I'll do it that way. Live and learn. I'll do a better placement of it the next time. Okay, so we have that. We have this. Do this side. Bugging along on a choo-choo train. Do 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 do. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So now holy cow, I think this is the first time this has ever happened as seamlessly as it has. So I'm kind of excited there. Okay, I want to just make sure this is on this seam. So I know how much I have to. Alright, so now I'm gonna just start placing the lining in here. So I'm gonna find the seams so I match them. And I know how much I have to fold this over. I think one side is longer than the other. So, not like that. I think we're gonna do it here. I will hand sew the stuff by the zipper, but I think at the waistband I'm gonna try to do a stitch in the ditch and attach it this way because I think it'll be easier. I don't know if that's the washing machine or the dryer that finished. It probably was the dryer. I don't think the washing machine's done just yet. Yeah, I still hear the washing machine going off. I actually know, I saw a video once that explained what is the actual tune that Samsung washing machines and dryers use when they finish their cycle. It's like a specific classical song. I have to find that because I know it was funny because it was like, oh no, it's not just a jingle, it's like a classical song. I was like, wait, what? That's wild. Actually, why am I stressing myself out? Nothing. I got the I finished sewing this, so that's all done, and now I finished fixing this and it actually worked out to my advantage. The understitching on the facing and so on. So that got done, and right now I'm just trying to base the lining into the bodice so I can hopefully attach it to the waistband. It's giving me issues right now, so let's go on this side. I think this side's a little easier. What did you buy? Which one did you guys get? Okay. Well, enjoy that. I know you guys will have a good time with that. I feel like I should just use my clips for this instead. It's giving me such a hard time. the silence of focus right now. That's what we got going on here. I am so focused. I'm just like, I can't talk right now. I must do this correctly somehow. I hope I can do this correctly. So. I always feel like the days I start on time, I get more done. But that would make more sense because I'm streaming for longer, so of course I would get more done than when I don't stream on time. So. Trying to make sure all the raw edges are hidden is annoying right now. But it's gonna look so pretty once it's done, and that's the important thing to me. Is it gonna be pretty looking? Absolutely. Oh, you'd get a kick out of this, Usako. So, the big convention in Florida that has like 50 million, I'm exaggerating, all the different international qualifiers for the different European competitions. People have posted if they got in and whatnot, and there's this one girl who got in, and I do like her work. She's very, she does very nice work. However, I was laughing because this is like the insane level of competition it is, that she's making strawberries, like fabric strawberries. She's making them by hand, fine. And instead of just filling them with like traditional stuffing or something like that, she is using strawberry scented polyfill. Like polyfill pellets that are strawberry scented. So the costume will smell like strawberries, because apparently that's like a big theme and motif in the outfit. And I'm just like, you are gonna make a costume that's probably gonna be heavy already, heavier, by adding polyfill pellets that smell like strawberries, just because you want that like next level interest to wow the judges. So yeah, we're in that levels of like notice me senpai insane. I was like, wow, I can't even think. Like, I would have probably thought of something like that, like, oh wow, it would be cool if I smelled like a strawberry. Would I go as far as doing that? I don't know. But yeah. Now, will that add points to her score? I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's gonna be something that, like, I don't know if that's gonna, like, increase a value, because it's like, okay, obviously, first off, did she make the strawberries correct? Do they look clean and stuff? That will be taken into consideration. But, like, is somebody who doesn't use strawberry polyfill pellets and make an equally pretty strawberry going to lose, like, not be ranked as just as high? Because it's like, Getting scented beads shouldn't be a way to boost a score. Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's a little... Like, did you use the right technique? Does it look good? Did you do it an innovative way? Okay, maybe that would be like where the extra points come from, innovation, because they used scented polyfill, but I don't know. Also, too, I feel like it would cost more than like regular polyfill, so it's like you have someone who inherently has like an advantage because they have the money to spend. I don't know. Where someone can make the same thing with regular polyfill and it still look just as beautiful. It just won't smell. Like, you can just like spray strawberry perfume on your clothes if you really want to smell like a strawberry. Like, that shouldn't be an issue. So I would laugh if it's a strawberry Miku. That would be horrific. Because everyone does Miku. And I'm tired of seeing strawberry Mikus. I really am. Don't get me wrong, they're a very complicated costume and they do deserve the awards they win because they are extremely intricate, but I'm just tired of seeing them. Because it's like, how many times are we gonna reinvent the wheel of like of making something scented and strawberry cute? Like, how much more are we gonna do this? Okay, so hear the rattling of my washing machine in the background. Okay. Let's try to ditch in the ditch, which I hate doing. So. Okay, I'm gonna take this off. This way I have more space for the dress underneath the machine. I'll start with this side. I realize I pinned these all the wrong way. No. Okay, we'll fix that real fast. Actually, that's what I should do. Basting, my old friend, come back. Because again, I realize when I baste, I save time. I save energy. I know it's another step that's unnecessary, but it really, really helps me. So anything to help me is always a bonus. So I'll just base it on the outside of the dress, because that's where I'm going to sew it anyway. So we'll do it this way. Yes, I can move this over. Whoops. I forgot. I put the arm piece over there. That's what I hit. My bad. Sorry. Didn't mean to startle anyone. Especially myself. Oh, I have to send you, Usako, a really, really cute Kaleidoscar scar skit that reminds me of something we had planned years ago. It was in one of the international competitions. It was in Barcelona in Spain, and it was Team Mexico, and they did a brilliant skit. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this was everything I had wanted from a Kaleidoscar star skit that I never saw happen. And I'm so happy they did exactly what I had always envisioned a perfect Kaleidoscar star skit would be. I'll send it to you. If I can find it, I will send it to you, because it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. They literally brought the circus to stage, and I was just like, this is everything. And their costumes and their makeup was fantastic. Apparently, makeup in Mexico is a very big deal, and it's actually part of your craftsmanship score in cosplay, which I'm like, I'm all for that here in the States, because people need to do better makeup. We need more makeup in cosplay, because I feel like not enough people understand the magic of makeup in cosplay. So apparently in Mexico, it's even ranked in your craftsmanship score. Because actually Dana had just judged the qualifier for that competition over Halloween weekend, and she met the girl who did the Kaleidoscar star skit from Mexico, and she kept saying like, but she needs more makeup, she needs more makeup. And she explained that in Mexico it's a big deal, it's part of your score and everything. That's why like some of like those like Mexican or Hispanic cosplayers, like their makeup looks flawless, like they look so good because it's part of everything. Yeah, I can. Like there was a skit I saw from that competition, and I kind of thought it was like, it had a nice narrative, it had a very good, it was an out of the box idea, but and the costume was good, but the girl had like no makeup on her face, and I was like, wow, that completely washed you out, honey. You needed makeup on that. You needed something. So I'll send them to you. The cosplayer is Dahlia. That's Dahlia Cosplay. She's a Mexican cosplayer. Apparently you can get sponsorships in Mexico to cosplay. It's kind of like an Olympic thing, because they want to send their people across the globe to do all these different competitions. And you get mentored and stuff. It's like a wild thing. It's like, why don't we have that here? Like, so many people want to like do like these international things. They want to like make a name for them, and yet they seek no aid. They think they know everything. And it's like, no, like you need to learn from people. You need to understand what judges are looking for. And just in general, like so many people enter these international competitions and have like no eye for what other countries are looking for. They're just like, well, I'll just do an American skit and that's it. It's like, our skits are not entertaining to them. They don't like them. And then you go to these countries and compete and we don't win anything. And then you're like, but why didn't I win anything? It's like, well, because it's not relatable to them. They don't like that type of stuff. It was funny because for that competition that Kalito Star skit was in, we had a Team USA that went there. And this goes to show you like the difference between caliber of things. Our Team USA did a Vox Machina skit with Vex and Vax, and it wasn't funny at all. Like there was nothing interesting about it. It was like Vex and Vax just like killing goblins and like being Vex and Vax, and that was it. Whereas that other competition that did the Astarian skit that I sent you, and the one that won like the first place was a Vox Machina skit, and it was a solo skit with Percy like trying to figure out like how he was gonna propose to Vexalia, and it was so funny. Like the person even had like a giant D20 fall on top of them as his office caught on fire. As he's like trying to figure out how to do everything. It was so fun and innovative. And I'm like, you could have done so much. Like Vox Machina is something you could do a lot of like funny stuff for. And the skit fell so flat in the Spain competition that the US did. Meanwhile, like this other person from, I think, were they from like Sweden or Finland or something, made such a funny one that was like relatable. Like after I hadn't even watched Vox Machina when I saw that skit, and I found it hysterical. And now after watching Vox Machina, I was like, yup, they got Percy on brand. Like they knew what they were doing. Our Team USA that went over there, I was like, did you even watch Vox Machina? Like you couldn't come up with something better than this? It was not cute. It really wasn't. And then in that competition, you can do like a performance with a duo, or you can do a solo just for craftsmanship. And the costume was beautiful. The US rep had made Rhaenyra Targaryen from House of the Dragon, and it looked gorgeous. And she looked like she had the vibe of like, she looked a lot like, it looked like from the show. The problem was she walked on stage and she was doing like, come at me, bro. And I'm like, that's not Rhaenyra Targaryen. Like, what is this? Like, come at me, bro. I was like, I know it's not performance, but geez, you might want to think about how you walk on the stage and not just do some weird nonsense. It kind of reminded me like when we were trying to plan our walk on for our Paradise Kiss outfits, and it was like, no, we're gonna like strut like they would on the runway because that's what this is. this 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 woman went on there and she was like, come at me, bro. And I was like, that does not give me the vibe of House of the Dragon at all. Like that does not help me at all. Like, I don't get what you're doing, lady. So, and then there were other countries, they would do really pretty walk-ons and stuff like that. The German team, oh my gosh. I did start following this person The German soloist made a Genshin Impact costume, and when I tell you that thing looked like it came off the rack, it came off the rack. It was immaculate. It was gorgeous. It was menswear, it was tailoring, and I'm like, did this person buy it because this looks too good to be like something that they made? So the moment I was like, who is this person? I must follow them. They were from Team Germany, and I was just like, yo, that was fly. Like, that's like, that effortless look is something I adore. Hi there, Nico. What's up? I hope you did some of your paper last night. Okay, I think I got. I basted it. Huzzah! It's been basted. It should be ready. I was just there babbling about ICL, the International Cosplay League Championships that take place in Barcelona, Spain. Sleep is important. I am not gonna lie.
Has once again raised their prices. In response,
I hope work is treating you well, though, despite the fact that you feel sleepy. I need to get rid of this pin. No wonder I keep pulling on the thread here. Okay. Again, I said quite a few streams ago, the sewing part is not the hardest part. It's more the finishing and like prep work. And I'm not lying. I am trying to finish this dress and it's taking forever. Like, putting it together was pretty easy. I got the bodice done real fast. I got the skirt done relatively quickly. Putting the zipper, putting it together, putting the lining in, it has been taking eons. I am trying to stitch in the ditch. I hate doing that. I am not good at it. I am doing my best. No, the actual like put the pieces together and like get them to like fit like a puzzle piece isn't hard. It's all the small little like details that you want to make sure you get in there. And this is a low stakes stitch in the ditch because this part of the skirt will be covered with like the apron, but I still need to practice it, so we might as well practice with something that won't be very visible, so if I make mistakes it's not a big deal. Yeah, that, you know what it is, you just need to make sure you do the steps correctly. Because that one you could easily reverse the steps without even noticing it and be like, oops. I will say though, putting notches, making notched lapels is not easy. Sewing those together is not fun. Oof. Does Yui have notch lapels? I want to say I think she does. I don't want to do notch lapels again. It's okay. No, that grabbed the fabric. Okay. Again, my apron's gonna cover up any mistakes, but I'm still trying to do this as best I can. uh, Now I know Usako is going to be entertaining Papa Usako this weekend. Oh, she loves whiskey. That's her German side coming through. Yeah. Her father is visiting her this today and tomorrow because of the big fight. I don't know what boxing fight's happening this weekend. He's going to be watching it with her husband. So they get to spend some time together. Apparently, he's watching the stream. And I'm like, oh. Again, Usako and I go so way back. I love her parents. They're the cutest. Her mom has like the most... Yes, that's the one. Thank you. Yeah. Her mom has like the cutest... Her mom's tiny. She's very petite. And she has like the cutest German accent. And I just love like chatting with her. Her dad is like a giant grizzly, but like so comfy and like cozy. My parents are just like wild chatty Hispanics. I'm sure. Nope, you're not helping. Oh yeah, I think you will enjoy her. Misako's funny. She's just this how she is. I've known her for so long at this point. Oh my gosh. I met her when she was a bright-eyed young college freshman. Yeah, she was a freshman baby when I met her. I'm always grateful that she didn't mind that I was older than her, and we were in two different stages of life. We were able to mesh well, be friends, and remain friends throughout all these years. I always am so grateful to have her in my life. And don't get me wrong, like, honestly, I think now, currently, between streaming and just, like, the accessibility of the internet, we've been able to talk more frequently. Because before, she's one of those friends that, not because she's mean or anything like that, or doesn't care, but she won't always call. And I'm one of those people who, I'm always like, oh, everyone's busy, so I don't like bothering people. So we both kind of wouldn't talk for months on end. And now we're like, oh, I can just send you a message on Discord and it's not an issue. Oh, let's go stream. Let's do this. Yeah, I'm always like, I don't want to bother anyone. I always feel like I'm like calling someone or texting someone. I feel like, oh no. Oh, wow. Blessed Bobbin. I just finished and I just ended it. Yes. Yeah, no, I totally get that. I'm like, nope. I don't like bothering people. So. Okay, it didn't grab the fabric everywhere, which makes me sad, upset. Steady spaghetti, but I can always hand tack those areas. I didn't do such a bad job doing the stitch in the ditch. There's some spots that it's a little visible, others it's not. Again, I'm not worried. I'm not worried because this is gonna get covered with an apron and a belt, so no one's gonna see if I made a mistake. But inside, it is all pretty. I have to do the side, but I gotta do that by hand. And I got the zip in. I have to press this. This needs pressing. So that's in. This matches, which I always have issues with this. And once I press this back seam, it'll look good. And then I have my pockets. Haha! Pocket time. So, alrighty. Well, it is witching hour. Witching hour. It's 3 p.m. Yeah, I know. That was a blessed bobbin. Holy cow. I didn't even... I, oddly enough, checked it when I was, I had checked it when I was putting in the zipper. Like, make sure I have enough for the zipper. I did not check it for that, and I should have. Yeah, I have to go obtain the spawn. It's just, yeah, it's that time. It's that time of day. The weekend is gonna be fun. I think I'm cleaning. That's my fun weekend. I'm cleaning. I hope you're having a good weekend. I'll play Baldur's Gate when I'm not. When I'm not cleaning, I will play Baldur's Gate. And probably watch Arcane, because I need to catch up. Anyway. Well, I hope everyone... Oh, I hope so too. I hope you're able to finish off everything you need to do and get some rest, because rest is important. I'm gonna head off. Thanks for anyone who popped in, said hi, and just chilled. Always a welcome, and I will be back maybe Monday? I think Monday. I think I'm gonna be streaming Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday are kind of busy for me, so I'll be back Monday with this. Hopefully I'll be doing the apron. All right. Have a good night. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Have a good Friday, and take care. Bye.